I don't really know anything.
Like nothing.
I know that there are two parts. One is government and one is like people trying to rise against the government. And people are leaving because there's too much violence and the laws are getting out of control.
Well, I know that they're in their country they don't have a good life. They're being like bombed and stuff. And so they're trying to go to other countries for a better life.
I know that there's a lot of war in the Middle East, more specifically Syria. There's ISIS and there's rebels and there's a dictatorship. And many people are trying to flee for their lives because, there's bombs going off and everything.
It doesn't really affect me that much, but it probably affects countries like Greece and stuff that are closer to Iraq and Syria.
Well, I think that's bad because everyone deserves to live the life that they want to live because everyone only has one life. And so for them to have to live in a country where they're being bombed and not treated well and trying to go somewhere else to get a better life and also not being treated well is terrible.
I feel like it's really sad that the government can't take care of people and that they have to, and that the Syrians have to cross dangerous seas and have to go to other governments and aren't even being accepted.
For one, we could provide a place for the refugees to go because they're overflowing in like many of the surrounding countries, and we could maybe not try to control, but we could try to help the government calm down the citizens that are trying to rise against the government.
I believe the best thing is to raise awareness because so people know that these people actually do need help and they're not bad people. And I also think that we could also donate to them because they don't have much money or supplies.
I think we should help by letting in more Syrian refugees. I understand that many people don't want to let in because they think that they could be terrorists, but this is a worldwide problem and we have to do something about it.
There's currently a civil war in Syria over who's going to have the power in the government, and so there's a lot of violence and bombings. This is leading people to be pushed out of their homes, and so they have to find somewhere else to live. So the journey out of Syria across the Mediterranean Sea and across a lot of land is really dangerous, especially without supplies. And not only that, but other countries aren't letting the Syrians in and aren't providing the help that they need.
Part of the reason why Syrian migrants aren't getting the help they need is because people aren't aware of the problem. In this generation, unless parents have children read or watch the news, we are ignorant to what is going on. People need to be aware of this problem to help it come to an end.
Over 1,600 years ago, the Huns invaded the Goths and pushed them out of their homes. At that time, the Roman Empire was known as being very open and accepting towards migrants, as long as the migrants helped their country and joined the army. So the Goths went to the Roman Empire. Because of how many Goth migrants there were, the Roman Empire didn't know what to do, and so they were acting corruptly towards the migrants and taking advantage of them. The Goths didn't like this, so they attacked the Roman Empire and led to it being overthrown. The Syrian migration is a lot like the Goth migration. The Huns can be compared to the Syrian government and ISIS, the Goths can be compared to the Syrians, and the Roman Empire can be compared to US and Europe. In both situations, one group is pushing out another group from their homes until the other group is fleeing to a place they know will accept them. However, the US has to not be like the Roman Empire and instead help the refugees, let them in, and treat them fairly so that they won't rebel against us. We also should help them so that if we're ever in need or in their situation, they'll be more likely to help us.
The Syrian refugees are people just like us. Their lives are being destroyed by a war. European countries are refusing to let them in, either because they lack the supplies, the space, or the compassion. Bombs and airstrikes are happening every single day. Other countries are acting as if these innocent people are objects and not human beings. They need homes and help.
We are having a Change for Change drive for the 6th and 7th grade. The students can bring in coins to their homeroom classroom. All donations will go to SaveTheChildren.org. SaveTheChildren.org provides Syrian children with food, shelter, and an education. The classroom that provides the most donations will win a prize.